Call Lee. On two.
Call Lee. No, it's call 1-800-CALL-LEE.
Call Lee.
1-800.
Call Lee. Call Lee.
Call Lee.
Call Lee.
Call Lee.
Hey Siri, call Lee.
Call Lee.
Alexa, call Lee.
Who's Alexa?
Injured in an accident or slip and fall? Call 1-800-CALL-LEE. You focus on getting better. We'll take care of the rest.
Everybody calls Lee at 1-800-CALL-LEE.
Hello, Lee. Perfect. Good morning, Delray Beach. I'm Amanda.
Good morning. I am Jamel.
And we are here again at one of my favorite new places in town, the Delray Beach Market.
Yes, this is the hangout.
It is. I feel like every time I'm looking for somebody, they're here. I'm like, hey, where are you? And they're like, oh, I'm at the market. Come by.
And every time I talk to them, they're like, oh, I'm hanging out at the Mez. And I'm like, the Mez? That's just the buzz around town. You're hanging out at the Mez. That's upstairs here at the Delray Market. People are either sitting here doing work. They're playing games, Jenga, ping pong. It's the middle of the day.
I know, right, the middle of the day. They're having meetings, Jamel.
That's what they call it.
That's what they're telling their bosses. They're at a meeting.
I don't know what type of meeting that is.
I don't know, but sign me up for that meeting.
I work hard. I don't go to those type of meetings.
Well,
boss.
speaking of working hard, I know they are still hiring here. There's positions open, so you can actually get paid to hang out here.
Yes. So listen, anybody out there that's looking for a job, you know, if you want to work in the restaurant field, if you want to come in and work in the hospitality industry, customer service, whatever it may be, they are looking to hire almost 100 people. So they're very short.
Yeah. Which means you get to eat delicious food, hang out in this beautiful building, especially with the rain. You don't need to be outside anyways. So this is the place to be.
Yes, I agree. There's a lot of events that they also have coming up here. I mean, they're doing a lot of things. So we'll talk about something that you came to later as well. So
and they know how to throw a good party here. No matter what they're doing, it's a ton of fun. And if you haven't been here, you got to get over here. There's something for everyone. The food is delicious. The environment's great. And
you know what? I feel like I haven't talked to you in a while. Like, how was your weekend? What did you do this weekend? Like,
what did I just? I worked a lot this weekend, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. I'm like, what did I do? I worked, and we're remodeling a bathroom.
You're remodeling
Yeah, so that's been a whole thing.
So is this a home project that you're doing, or you have somebody else coming in?
Yeah, a combo. I think we're getting to the point now where we're going to have to bring in reinforcements, maybe. But yeah, no, my husband's pretty handy, and my dad and my brother, so the three of them combined have been knocking it out, which is great. But yeah, I'm just like ready for this.
Well, you have to show us some before and after pictures when you get a chance.
Oh, I like that. We should do some before. The before was real scary. So hopefully my after doesn't look the same.
Yeah, so this weekend I took the high school team, the football players down to FIU. So we played in a little tournament down there, had the kids get a chance to get some exposure in front of college coaches.
Oh my gosh, that's huge.
So we went down there, and then on Sunday we were at University of Miami as well. So it was really nice. The kids had, it was a long weekend, but at the same time it was worth it because the kids had opportunity to showcase their talent.
So did you guys stay down there, or did you go back and forth?
No, we went back and forth.
I was like, oh, watching a bunch of football players in Miami, that's a job.
Well, talking about sports.
Yes.
You want to introduce our next
guest?
So
this is our sports episode, and we have some fantastic guests today. First, we have George Lindley, the Executive Director of Palm Beach County Sports Commission.
Come on in.
Come on in. We've got a celebrity in the house. Nice to see you.
Yes. So for everybody that's out there, tell them about the Palm Beach County Sports Commission. What is it? What do you guys do? What's your mission?
Oh, thank you, Coach. It's an honor to be here. It's nice to be here in person talking about sports. I've been at the Sports Commission for 18 years, and there's no doubt that this past year has been the most challenging of my entire time at the Sports Commission, based on COVID-19, when the sports universe came to a shutdown. But the good news is we're almost to a full recovery now, and our Sports Commission, we are a 501c3 nonprofit organization, but we're contracted by Palm Beach County to develop tourism through sports. So we're really a tourism development agency. Our primary funding comes from bed tax revenues, so our goal at the end of the day, the way we accomplish the tourism creation through sport is by hosting events, recruiting events for sports to our county, and in some cases creating or developing events, all with the goal of bringing in visitors from across the state, across the nation, and across the globe. And to create a hotel stay and to create economic impact flowing through our hospitality industry. So that is what we're here to do. And this county, including this city, Delray Beach, is a huge sports town, and it's a pivotal player when we're talking about sports tourism.
All right. So what is one of your biggest events that you guys have?
So when you look at our event portfolio, in pre-pandemic, we were hosting nearly 180 events a year. And it included everything from amateur sports to professional sports, sports that cater to all age groups, men and women, again, all different levels from statewide to international. When you look at the makeup in this county and you say, what's the largest sporting event that we host? And I say you have to define large. So from a spectator perspective, the Honda Classic has annually been the largest draw. Pre-pandemic, over 200,000 attendees would come out to watch the best of golf, the PGA Tour. When you look at it from an economic impact perspective, it's actually equestrian sports. The Winter Equestrian Festival it is a quarter of a year long in length. It's from January through April. We have the equine sport industry descend upon us and stay with us for, again, anywhere between 60 and 90 days. And that event, we've had repeated economic impact studies, generates close to $150 million of economic impact. And you'll see individuals stay not only in hotels, but seasonal rentals because of the length of stay. But here in Delray Beach, sports is a big part of this community's fabric. And tennis is obviously an economic impact driver when you have the tennis center, home to an ATP tour event. There's only 2 in Florida, Delray Beach and Miami, and there's 11, I believe, in the United States. So that's pretty special. And then when it comes to amateur tennis, we have an array of USTA, United States Tennis Association sanctioned events. I know in a little bit we're going to talk about the International Tennis Federation next May, which will make Delray Beach its home. Which will be we'll put Delray Beach on a global stage, pretty special. But in Delray Beach, we've hosted a lot of different events from golf. The Seacrest Soccer Complex has been a venue for national championships for the NAIA in soccer. We've had some major lacrosse tournaments at Hilltopper Stadium in the NAIA, and of course, it's a rich football community with one of the best high school football programs, not only in Palm Beach County but in the state of Florida.
Yes. I agree. Blushing a little bit.
I will say we own several community events, including the Lou Groza Collegiate Place Kicker Award, which we use as a local platform to celebrate the rich high school football talent we have in this county. We recognize the best coaches, the best players, the best teams, and Atlantic High School is always represented.
Well, you know what? One thing I have to say about that Lou Groza, you guys really go over the top with that event. It's really big, and I think when the kids are being recognized on that platform and that scene with all of those people in that room, you guys do a good job making these kids feel special.
I appreciate you saying that, Coach, because high school football means so much to this county. I mean, it's from Jupiter to Boca Raton, out west in the Glades area. We have incredible talent. It's a big part of our identity. And what means the most to, I think, our team is when we watch the high school kids. And I remember we said our last award of the evening is always Team of the Year. And we see the emotion on these young student athletes where they're literally, you see them hug and cheer, almost victorious, and it means so much knowing that these are kids, and what sports is meaning to them, and then we can provide that platform. Then it's a recognition platform, but you can see they've worked so hard to be the best at their craft. And it means a lot to us watching the reactions of the high school kids.
I like the diversity of it. You recognize kids from the northern part, the western part, the southern part. So it's not always generated from one area of Palm Beach County. You guys do a great job recognizing everybody from around the county, giving all of the teams some type of recognition. So that's really thoughtful on your part.
Well, I appreciate that. It's one of our more powerful moments of the year is the Lou Groza Award. And while our sports commission is centered around hosting, again, the statewide, regional, national, global events, we understand 2 things. One, our local sports infrastructure is what makes us a sports destination. So being able to provide platforms to celebrate the great local sports that we have here, like our Lou Groza Award with the high school football, like the Palm Beach County Sports Hall of Fame, Like we host an annual sports festival every year. We have 5,000 youth from across the county that come out to. This year it's June 30th at the Jim Brandon Equestrian Center, but it's been at the Palm Beach County Convention Center traditionally, and we have over 40 different sport organizations that are just teaching the fundamentals of 40 different sports. And so we understand that local sports is the feeder system into us being able to host national events that create the economic impact.
Right.
And also, if we're not encouraging our youth to embrace sports now, sports tourism won't be a vehicle 20 years from now in terms of creating economic benefits, creating a tourism impact. It's something that we as a sports commission, even though we're a tourist agency, we have to be very, very mindful of what are we doing to make sure that our youth are still playing, that are still embracing sports. There's a lot of distractions out there, there's a lot of alternatives, and youth sport participation rates aren't always rising. In fact, we see some sports that they're declining. So, that's why we do the local programs, and we're proud to be here to one of our finest coaches in the county right now that does encourage sports participation.
Well, I think, too, I tell people a lot of times that I use sports selfishly to help me raise my son.
Yeah.
So sports really teach you a lot of things about life. It gives you that grit. It helps you overcome certain obstacles. A lot of times when kids can translate what happens on the field or practice what happens outside of it to life, I mean, it is really impactful. So I basically say, you know what, sports really helped me. It was the coaches that really kept pushing me when I wanted to give up. Playing for the Delray Rocks coming up here in Delray Beach with the youth football program, it was really tough. Sometimes I wanted to skip practice. I didn't want to go to practice. The coaches would come into the house knocking on the door. Get your behind here, I love the sports really taught me a lot.
And and same with me, and that's why I feel blessed every day. I'm sure you do too, Coach. Right? We wake up and we promote a product that we truly love. Sports has impacted me. I think when you look at all of the economic and tourism development products out there, from meetings and conventions, leisure travelers, culture, film, all very important. But sports, I think, teaches us, like you said, life lessons. And there is no product that I'd rather be associated more than the product of sport. And it's the one platform that brings people together from all different backgrounds to pursue a common goal. There's very few products that have that kind of worldwide universal approach than sport.
And talking to other coaches, I always say, we're in the business of developing people at the end of the day.
Yeah.
We're developing young men and young ladies. So we really it's very prideful. I mean, it's volunteer work. You don't get paid for this, so you're not in it for the money at all. Especially at the high school or youth level. So you have to like really giving back.
That's really cool. That's really neat, Coach. And I think another rewarding part of our job is we host an international event. We're going to talk about an international event later. We bring international teams to the Palm Beaches. We see our local teams and our local athletes will have a chance to compete against national or international competition. And if not for the effort that we're making, our local community, our local athletes may not have that opportunity to ever play against another competitor from another country or even from another state. And that to me is very rewarding too. Just the tourism element is our mission, but what it does for our local athletes, our local teams, and we're hosting it's a multi-team event, and we have teams from across the country or teams from across the globe. It brings them together with our local youth or adults, and if not for hosting that event, that experience may not ever be available to our local athletes here. So I think that's that's where I feel really good about what we do. Yes, we're about tourism, but it does benefit our local community and even our local athletes when we're hosting these events.
Absolutely.
Listen, if you guys out there, the Palm Beach County Sports Commission, listen, you can go tell everybody where your website, where they can get more information about what you guys are doing, your events.
Especially for the programs. I think for a lot of parents that are watching that want their kids more involved in sports, I think there's so many things that you've mentioned today that I didn't realize were even happening.
Yeah, I know, and I appreciate the opportunity to be here with you this morning. You can learn more about our sports commission by going to palmbeachsports.com. That's our website. We'll have a lot of information about our organization, how you can get involved, and the events that are coming up in the coming weeks and months. So go to palmbeachsports.com and you can learn about us. You can also find us on social media outlets with Facebook and Twitter and Instagram.
Where all the kids are on. Do you do TikTok?
You can get a glimpse into what we're about and
amazing.
what the makeup of our event portfolio.
And Marjorie, I know you're in North Carolina watching right now. Marjorie, if you guys don't know Marjorie is a pillar here in Delray Beach, and she likes to carry Delray Beach sports on her back. She started the Delray Beach Sports Commission, and she was part of the Palm Beach County Sports Commission for years.
She was a vibrant, dedicated board member for over a decade, and we miss her, but we know that we'll see. I'm sure she'll come back to a place that she loves dearly.
Yes. Well, George, thank you
Thank
for
you so
sharing your time with
much.
us and coming down here to Delray Beach. So we really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so
you.
much.
Thank you.
Well, I just love, because I mean, obviously you're more into sports than I am, but I love getting to learn about the different impacts, because I didn't realize, or I didn't think about, I should say, how it impacts the kids growing up in sports. Because I thought about the tourism, because even when there was the last Super Bowl down here, there was a big thing in Delray Beach that the commission helped set up. And, you know, there was a lot of really cool things like that for the community also. But I didn't think about just the impact of these programs and what it does for the kids, which is really cool.
And not even only that, the programs and the sporting events that the Palm Beach County Sports Commission put on, it's 5-star.
Yeah.
So it's like really second to none. When you go to these events, they are top-notch events. You know, so I really love it, man. When I watch our kids go on the stage to receive an award from them, I mean, it's
so
like a
special.
star-studded
Yeah.
event. You know,
Yeah.
it's humbling. I love that
It
experience
is.
big time. You know, so that's great. So guess what?
Oh, I think we're gonna show my video, which I will make the disclaimer. I took these videos myself. It was not a professional film crew, although the guys from Studio Brawl did edit it together. But I had a great time, Jamil.
So actually, it's called the Pernicam. This is a view from the
Pernicam.
Pernicam. You know?
Okay.
So this is what we'll do. We'll go look at these clips and then we'll talk about your experience.
Yeah, it was a great time.
All right, but
So-
who was it? It was a chef from.
Okay, so it was the executive chef of the new Ray Hotel, Joe Zanelli, had a cooking demonstration here in the Mez. It was wonderful. People were all here. It sold out. I forget how quickly. I did hear the metric. It was like immediate. There was only so many people could come. You got to taste a piece of steak he made, a lobster ravioli. I mean, it was awesome.
So was it alive? Did he do it
Yeah,
live?
he was on this beautiful demo kitchen here, and we watched him cook the different things, and it was a great time to just hang out. You get a drink at the bar, or a soda or coffee, and you hang out, and it was a great time, and everybody was so into it and exciting, and it's like watching one of the cooking shows on TV, but it was live in front of you, and it was just a great time to come out, and I would recommend to anybody who is in the area, when you see these things happening, check them out. It was free. You just had to RSVP, and you get to see an executive chef at work, and he gave tips on how he made steak. You could get some tips while you were here,
Y'all see
free
the
cooking
excitement
school.
when she talks about food.
It's terrible.
I think every segment.
It's terrible. There's
food
something
comes-
with food. I know we're always talking about food, and
I'm jealous right now that I wasn't here.
it was delicious. I know you should have come. Well,
man.
next time I'm going to drag you here.
I'm
I know
all
where your
for it.
office is. I'll be like, Lee, meeting. We got a meeting at the Mez, and I'm going to bring you over. But it was a great time, and they're always doing different fun things here. Like you said, you could come and hang out, or you could come and attend a live cooking event. I mean,
That's great.
It's
so
amazing.
with Men in Development, the Click Management
Yep.
Group, you guys are seeing the Delray Marketplace
Yep.
here, the things that they're doing at the Ray.
The Ray.
The
I
name
can't
of the
wait to
restaurant, I
go
know they have the Ember Grill.
Ember Grill and Rosewater.
And then the Rosewater, the rooftop
I can't wait.
lounge environment. It's going to be a beautiful
It
beautiful place
is,
over
and we're finally able to see it now that the street is open back up. So we're able to see it up and close and personal. And especially for those of us who are over in Pineapple Grove, like my studio's in Pineapple Grove, we've watched that come from dirt up. So it's been very exciting for all of us to see, and we're
exciting.
anticipating the opening, and I think we have to film a show in there before it opens.
As long
Give
as they
some
have
sneak
food,
peeks.
I'm there.
I know, if there's food, we'll be there. I swear, we'll work for food, the two of us.
We'll have a sign.
For anything
I'll be the
delicious, we will be there.
yes. So our next guest, I mean, this
Another superstar.
another superstar. And when you talk about superstar,
Yeah.
when you talk about Hall of Fame
Yes.
in Mexico,
Yes.
in the Media Hall of Fame,
Yeah.
that is big.
Huge. He just dropped this little nugget
Like,
on
oh,
us
by the
this
way,
morning. He's
I
like,
was
oh, I
just-
won an award. And I was like, oh, cool. And then he started talking. I was like, wait, that's not just an
And not
award.
only
That's a
that,
major award.
He's the father of
Yes.
So you know what? Let's not even leave it to the. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you introduce him. I'll let you do the.
So we have Luis Beraldi Sr. and Mr. Jeff Dash from Delray Beach Experience joining us this morning to talk about some more fabulous sporting things that are about to happen in Delray Beach. Welcome! I know.
Have to bow down to this guy.
Yes, and then we have Delray Beach royalty over here on the other side.
Thank you.
Yes.
So we have to talk a little bit about this award you just won, because you said this so casually to us today. I was like, we should have had videos and photos, and especially since your son runs the show here, I was like, man, we missed this one. So can you tell us a little bit about this award? And I mean, for those of you who've watched the show, we got to hear about your career, which has been unbelievable, the things that you've done in your career. But this award is like, I mean, the Oscars.
Well, thank you very much, Amanda, Coach. Thank you very much for having us. And Jeff and George that came over all the way from Palm Beach. You know, have the Palm Beach County Sports Commission here at the show. Well, about the award, I want to be humble, really.
You are very humble. I'm going to be not humble for you because this is amazing. It's an honor.
You know, I want to be humble because I've been involved in my whole life with sports.
Yeah.
And with media. And there is a Hall of Fame, sports and content, media in Mexico, and I was so lucky to be awarded. And I appreciate it very much because it's kind of like another medal that you can get in your life.
Yeah.
And thank you very much for mentioning it, but
He
I want
doesn't
to
wanna
take
talk
it
about
away.
that. Okay.
Before we take it away, but you
yeah.
can look at this. I think it's very powerful because
Yes.
a lot of times, no matter what we do in life, we want to be the best at
Right.
what we do. Especially when you can do something that you're having fun, that is your passion. It doesn't seem like work.
No.
And then you get recognized by your peers and you get recognized like globally or even in your country to say, you know what, you are the best
Yeah.
at what you do. So we would just want to say congratulations. So we won't talk about it
We
anymore.
won't.
We won't bring it up anymore.
I just
So-
want to bring it up because I think that's just so amazing,
Yeah.
and it just shows the level of work that you do and the level of work that you're doing here in Delray Beach
Yes.
with the tennis tournament that you have been working tirelessly on, and so many of you involved in making this happen in Delray Beach.
Well, you know, it's been a long road, you know, because of the pandemic. So we were supposed to have this tournament in 2021, this year. So it was postponed to 2022. The support that we've been getting from Delray Beach city officials, from Palm Beach County Sports Commission, from the U.S. Olympic team with Sherry's husband, Dragomir Siroslan, that has been very much involved in obtaining visas for different countries that, you know, now to get a visa to travel is a hustle. And getting the venues, Boynton Beach came on board, you know, with two great, fantastic venues, which is the Boynton Beach Tennis Center and also the Quail Ridge, the Quail Ridge Country Club. So we got half of the courts already set up. We're working with Delray Beach to accommodate tennis courts. And this is the hub. Delray Beach is the hub of the event. And I'm sure we're going to have a great success. As George mentioned just a minute ago, we're going to have, you know, over 1,200 people coming.
Amazing.
700 to 800 participants.
Yeah.
And this is the fun part about it. They're all 65, 70, 75,
Amazing.
80, 85.
It's
So
amazing.
it's called the super seniors.
It's
Super-
amazing.
It's called Super Seniors.
So I can only imagine. I mean, these people are really fit.
Yes.
To be a senior, a super senior, 85.
Yes.
Oh my God.
On the
And
court.
playing, that's
My knees hurt
unbelievable.
right now.
I know,
Like,
I was just saying, I
just
don't think
thinking
I
about
can
it.
play it.
You know,
Yeah.
so
Well, that's the
amazing.
fun part, to watch these players. Many of them play Wimbledon and
Yeah.
Roland Garros and Davis Cup and Fed Cup because it's women and men. And but there is a lot of things behind, like George mentioned just a minute ago. All the accommodations, all to be a good host.
Yeah.
To have all the transportation, entertainment, and the competition, and have the Palm Beach county be one of the sports destination that everybody's talking around the world because it's only once.
Yeah.
And we are lucky to have seniors and super seniors.
Amazing.
What we're doing is only the super seniors. Trish Faulkner with the Palm Beach County is doing the seniors in the north part of the county. So the county is really amazing, you know. It's
Right.
gonna be like an extravagance of tennis for all guys. You know?
Right, I love it. So Mr. Dash, how does this really impact tourism in Delray Beach and also Palm Beach County?
Well, it's going to be really amazing for Palm Beach County and Delray Beach in particular, since we're going to host most of the players in Delray Beach. So I thank you for all the participating hotels. It's been a lot of work securing 6,000 plus hotel rooms, but having 1,500 people for 2 weeks in Delray Beach will be a fantastic economic impact. So really looking
Talk
forward
about
to
where,
that.
where are they coming from? Like, think about
Well,
this.
I was told they're coming from between 50 and 60 countries, and the first week is going to be the team competition, and the second week will be the singles tournament.
Right.
Huge.
So it's men and women. We're gonna be distributed in 4 to 5 venues. All the Palm Beach County is gonna be full of tennis players during 3 weeks, because you know the super seniors start April 23 and finish on May 7, and the seniors they start on May 1st and they finish May 14.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, George, it's kind of like those dates. It's April, last week of April, and the first 2 weeks of May. So you can imagine
It's huge.
Oh, wow.
And they're going to be eating here, staying here, shopping here.
There'll be amazing events every night for the people to go and participate in, including an international parade of nations and some events at the market.
Oh, how exciting. And I think the thing is, too, for a lot of these people, they've never been to Delray Beach. It's their first time coming here, and it's not going to be their last because you guys are showing them such a great time that this is opening the doors to our town that may not have been opened in a lot of cases for us here.
Right. Well, now, you know, let me tell you, the last few years, Delray Beach, Palm Beach is becoming a well-known sports destination, tourist destination, and it's in the middle of everywhere. You know, like you can travel from Latin America, you can travel from Europe.
Yep.
Asia is a little far, but there will be Asian teams coming, like Japan, Korea, also from East Europe. So it's really amazing to see everybody wearing their jerseys, walking around the city, you know, Boynton, Delray, everywhere. They're going to be all over the place.
Well, you know, when I was younger and I would travel, a lot of people ask, "Where are you from?" I'm like, "South Florida." Well, what part of South Florida? And I would always say Palm Beach.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, I'm familiar with that. It's close to Miami." But now when I go out, I would say from Palm Beach. Well, what part of Palm Beach?
Yeah, it's
Delray
true.
Beach. And it's like, "Wow, you're from Delray." So now
Yeah,
Delray is
it's
really
true.
on the map. You know, I really love, and it's things like this that's really putting Delray Beach on the map. You know, and that's global. So I really love it. Really love it.
It's going to be a great community event, and we're going to be working with a lot of the nonprofits in the area and have a lot of the players participating with various nonprofits and giving back to the community.
Oh, that's amazing.
So if somebody wanted to buy tickets to the events and look at all the festivities that's going on, how would they get that information?
It's actually free, you know.
Oh, wow.
This is a different kind of event. It's a participation event. You know, it's not like any other tournament that they come and you know we watch and we pay a ticket. Here is different. 700 to 800 players come. You go, you know, to the 4 or 5 venues. You compete for your country. So most of the people kind of like gather around the tennis court to see Sweden against England or Italy against Mexico, and you know whatever, you know it's so all the venues are going to be
That's awesome.
crowded with the same people.
Yeah.
Plus everybody's welcome. You know we got a lot of seniors in Palm Beach and a lot of younger people as well that would like to see players that play the big tournaments.
Of course.
You know there'll be guys like Fred Stolle, you know, a guy that played multiple finals of Wimbledon and Roland Garros will be here. And I could count a lot of people
Yeah,
that
that's
probably
amazing.
people won't remember their names or anything like that, but they're legends in their
Right.
countries. And some are young, like 50, 55, 60. When I say young, it's young according to my age. So, but we're very, very happy. And I want to reiterate the work that the organizing committee is doing. Jeff is one of our distinguished members of the organizing committee. But very, very important, Palm Beach County Sports Commission, George was here telling you everything they do. I mean,
A lot.
not just
They do a
tennis.
lot.
They do baseball. They just had a successful event of baseball in Palm Beach with many Latin American countries qualifying for the Olympics. And there's a lot of events coming on. And we've been living, my family and I, 25 years in Delray Beach. So we feel like we were born in Delray Beach town center, downtown. So we're very, very happy to be here and to contribute to the success of the region.
Well, I can tell you, I'm humbled to really be able to sit next to a legend. Yourself
Yes.
right now.
It's true, it's true.
And we're lucky to have you.
Yes.
I mean, big time. I mean, for what you're doing, if I can feel the passion as you're speaking about these things that you're bringing to Delray Beach and to Palm Beach County. So thank you for what you're doing and the work that you're doing.
Thank you for making this show, available to a lot of people, to bring in great guests to talk about their activities, their industry. I learned a lot when George was talking about the sports, everything they do,
Right.
all the events that are
It's
going
amazing.
on.
Absolutely.
And talking to a member of the U.S. Olympic Committee, he was telling me that it's an unbelievable region for sports. It's a great sports destination and tourist destination as well.
Yes.
So that's what makes us proud of being here and to try to bring an event like this, like the Super Seniors. Thank you very much, Amanda.
Thank you.
Coach, Jeff.
Thank you.
On behalf of the organizing committee, that we have all the people that are watching us,
Thank
that
you.
are working for the event, and all the people supporting the event as well. So I'm so glad to be here. Thank you so much.
Thank you
happy to
again.
have
Thank you
you.
again for having it. Listen, this is awesome.
It is. It's going to be amazing. I'm excited for it. I know a lot of people are waiting because it's still a year away. So we're like, you're going to have so many people hyped up by the time the event comes. And I think it's just really exciting, just what you're doing and the impact it's going to have on tourism in this town, especially after last year.
Yes. So thank you guys very
Thank
much
you.
for connecting with us. All right.
Thank you. You guys do a good job.
Thank
you.
This is going to be great, and I think it really is going to bring a lot of new faces to Delray Beach that haven't been, and it's going to start where they're going to make this a yearly thing, you know? They're going to want to come back.
Only thing I look at is the opportunity for a
Yeah.
lot of business owners.
Of course.
So the opportunity is there. I mean, we really were hit hard,
Yeah.
with the pandemic.
Right.
And I think now things are coming back.
Yeah.
I mean, the resiliency of the city, the business owners, I
Yep.
see everybody's bouncing back, and with events like that, it's just going to take it over the top.
Absolutely, and I think it really does provide a lot of opportunities, and to your point earlier too, for the younger kids to see people in their 80s that are still getting out there playing the sports that they love. I think that's huge.
Well, then
as
again,
well.
it's a free event.
Right.
So it's a free event as well, so that's
Yeah.
going to bring about a
Amazing.
lot of people. Yeah, so
Absolutely.
definitely. But there's also a lot of information, a lot of events that's getting ready to come about. We have a lot of community events, so we
Yep.
can talk about those. But first what we'll talk about is, I know one that's coming up big. So Juneteenth.
Yep.
Juneteenth is a national holiday, and a lot of people really don't know what Juneteenth is. So, when we talk about the Proclamation of Emancipation that Abraham Lincoln signed right after the Civil War in 1863. So what took place, like all of the slaves were freed, right? But, in Texas, guess what? They never received that message. Somebody forgot to send the slaves a text
Right,
message and let them
right.
know that they were free, but it was 3 years later, 2 to 3 years later that, God went down and said, hey, what are you guys doing? You guys are free.
Yeah.
You guys are not slaves anymore.
Yeah.
And, so that's what started the whole Juneteenth. So when you talk about slavery, taking the chains off, that's really African Americans really looking at, you know what, this is a time when we became free.
Right.
You know, so you have the, you know, so I think that's what Juneteenth is. That's the celebration of it. You know, freeing of all of the slaves here in the U.S. So you guys that hear about Juneteenth, that's what it is. There's a celebration going on tomorrow at Pompey Park, a Juneteenth event that 1-800-CALL-LEE is partnering with the Super Seniors Club over at that Verna Harris is hosting over at Pompey Park. It's going to be great. Also, in Boynton is doing another Juneteenth celebration at Sarah Sims Park this weekend. So just celebrating our history, celebrating our culture, and it is not just African American culture, African American history. It's U.S. history.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
as a whole.
Yeah.
So I think that's really great. So.
Absolutely. And I think it is important that everybody is going out, participating, and being part of these really important celebrations.
Right.
Here, and we're having them here in town.
Big time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so, and there's some great events too to
Well,
talk about
there
that the
are
Chamber is hosting too.
always opportunities to learn with the Chamber of Commerce every single month. And the first one we have is Thursday, June 17th from 5 to 7 p.m. It is one of everyone's favorites, contacts and cocktails, sorry guys. And it will be right here at the Delray Beach Market. Registration is required at delraybeach.com/events. For members, it's $10, and future members, it's $20. There is a webinar. If you're thinking about starting up a business, this one's for you. It's with SCORE. It's Tuesday, June 22nd at 12:30 via Zoom. It's also free. You need to RSVP those so you can get the Zoom link or join them on Facebook Live. Once again, delraybeach.com/events. And YPAD. These sell out really quick, so make sure you get your ticket. This is happy hour. It is Wednesday, June 30th at 6 p.m. Also here at the Delray Beach Market. One complimentary drink ticket, and it's $5 registration, delraybeach.com/events. We weren't kidding. Everything is happening here at the Delray Beach Market.
Everything is, I mean, this is the, I told you,
It's the place.
this is really going to be the really focal point of Delray, the landmark. People are like, where is it? North or south of the Delray Beach Market? That's what they're going to say.
It's true,
you know,
it's
big
true.
time. So, but I mean, every event they had in here was
Top notch.
top notch, big time, top notch, big time. So, do you have anything exciting coming up?
I've just been working hard on new collections, and now that people are in the world, Jamel, we got to make sure they are dressed and ready to come to these events. So I've been working real hard.
I think too. We're going to use a segment just to interview you about what's going on in Amanda's world. You know, it's not Wayne's world. It's going to be Amanda's world.
Oh my.
Find out what's going on at the House of Perna.
Yeah.
You know, look at these earrings. Look at these earrings that she's wearing. You made these?
I did.
All right, so
made
what was the
this,
inspiration
made
of
the
it?
dress. Well, I always say you can't be sad when you have tassels hanging from your head, you know? So if you're having a bad day or it's gray outside or you throw in a pop of color, you throw in some fun earrings, and I feel like your whole outfit is made, especially now that people are going back in the world and they maybe haven't been shopping yet because they haven't been wearing anything other than their athletic wear the past year. So, you know, just a lot of fun earrings and things. But what's happening with you?
I think I'm going to get a tassel and hang
You
from
got
my
a tassel. We need to get you a tassel. It could be a whole new trend we're starting here.
Definitely, man. You know what? Let's let these people go.
Yes.
Thank you guys for joining us today. You know, Delray Morning Live, Amanda and myself. So we really appreciate it. It was a fun show. Great guests.
Celebrating Delray.
Celebrating Delray. Have a Delray day. Thank you very much.